Okay, now let's go on with this second part, which has to do with the semantic relation involving sentences. Okay, so we have already talked about semantic relation among words, and so here we have three types of relationships, like the paraphrase, entailment, and contradiction. Here, when we talk about paraphrasing, we say that two sentences that can have the same meaning are said to be paraphrases of each other. So here they have the same meaning. So we say the police chased the burglar was chased by the police. So sentences whose meanings are related to each other in this way are said to have the same truth conditions. Okay, and have a look at this, which is entailment. This is a relation in which the truth of one sentence necessarily implies the truth of another. So if I say the game will begin at 3 a.m., we say at 3 a.m. the game will begin. So the truth of this sentence implies the truth of the other. I mean, they need to have the truth conditions. In some cases, entailment is asymmetrical. So we can say the park gardens killed the bear and the bear is dead. So have a look that the first one entails the second one. The park gardens killed the bear. We assume that the bear is killed. But in the second one, it doesn't entail the first one. Because we said the bear is dead, but it doesn't imply that it was killed by a garden. So it is asymmetrical. The first one gives more information than the second one. Then we're going to analyze. I mean, this is the first approach. And then we have contradiction. Sometimes it turns out that one sentence is true, then another sentence must be false. So Charles is a bachelor, Charles is married. So there is a contradiction. They do not have the same truth conditions. Some more examples. I gave the summons to Erin. I gave Erin the summons. It is unfortunate that the team lost. Unfortunately, the team lost. Okay? As the case with synonymy, many language-filled languages do not permit two or more structures to have absolutely identical meanings, and paraphrases are therefore never perfect. Because sometimes there's like a question of emphasis. Sometimes I want to emphasize certain parts of it. In the case of passive voice, the police chased the burglar. And the burglar was chased by the police. I mean, you know that sometimes it's a question of emphasis. Okay, so we have just bought a fairly expensive house. We have just purchased a fairly expensive house. It also sometimes has to do with formality, informality, the register. Okay, some examples. A relation in which the truth of one sentence necessarily implies the truth of the other. So Paul bought a car from Saul, so sold a car to Paul. Well, this is another example. So the truth of one sentence implies the truth of another one. And the asymmetrical, it is true that the park gardens killed the bear, that it must also be true that the bear is dead. However, the reverse does not follow, since the bear could be dead without the park gardens having killed it. Okay, the same example. So the truth of one sentence implies, in the contradiction, the truth of one sentence implies the falseness of the other. Chicky is a dog, Chicky is a cat. It's a contradiction. It is freezing in here, it is hot in here. Okay, so the meaning relations among pairs of sentences. So we have the meaning relation in the paraphrase. The sentence A and sentence B have nearly the same meaning. Okay, in the entailment, a sentence A entails sentence B, but not the other way around, as the park and the garden and the bear. And the contradiction, sentence A and sentence B contradict each other. What about the truth conditions? If sentence A is true, sentence B must be true as well. And if sentence B is true, sentence A must be true as well. Both of them have to be true, of course. In sentence entailment, if sentence A is true, sentence B must be true as well. But if sentence B is true, we cannot conclude that sentence A is true as well. I mean, in the case of the garden and the kill, that we cannot assume because we don't know, or there is no enough information, or the information is partial. And if sentence B is true, sentence A must be false. And if sentence A is true, sentence B must be false. Okay. Well, this is so far the relationship. Now we have to see the type of activities that you have to do, thinking about your classrooms and thinking about your students and your teaching classes. Okay, so thanks for listening. I hope it was clear enough.